Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another video. This time around, I'm going to be doing my top 10 worst movies of 2015. So yeah, I recently just posted my top 10 best or favorite movies of 2015, annotation somewhere here, for those who want to check it out. And yeah, but here's the opposite, the negative ones. Basically the giant shit of this year. Um, yeah, this one's gonna be fun. All links to all links to every single movie review for the, down below. So yeah, I've done a movie review for every single movie here, both on the list and honorable mentions. Dishonorable mentions, sorry. And yeah, let's get started. First off, let's start off with the dishonorable mentions. Some of these were really hard to get on the list. Some of these I wish were on the list, but they just couldn't make it. Fuck! Now onto the dishonorable mentions. Starting off with so at number 10 we have Fant Four Stick or Fantastic Four, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Holy shit! I will say this movie was slightly better than I expected. Not saying much. I mean, what the fuck happened? Okay, I like the ones from the two. I like the two. I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed the two movies, Fantastic Four movies from like 2001 or whatever. The one with Jessica Alba and Michael Chiklis and Captain America before he was Captain America, and was it Ewan McGregor or some shit like that? I actually liked those. They were fun, they were cheesy, and they didn't take themselves seriously. Something this movie tried to do and failed so badly at. Holy shit! And Josh Trank, he posted a tweet right before the movie came out, saying that there was an idea for this movie and it was gonna be fantastic. Sadly, that idea is never gonna be realized or some shit like that because Sony just had to put their fucking hand no, not Sony, Fox, sorry. Yeah, Fox had to put their hand in so fucking deep, like with so much studio interventions. Holy shit! At this point, it's obviously just doing it for the money. They don't want to give it back to Marvel. Holy shit! Hopefully they don't fuck up Apocalypse and Deadpool. I mean, they normally don't fuck up any of the X-Men films. I mean, arguably X-Men Origins Wolverine and X3 are arguably some of the ones they fucked up with studio intervention, but I thought they were okay films. But Fantastic Four, ish. And now what the fuck was with Doctor Doom? I mean, it looked like a fucking dark elf in my opinion. Shit. Now on to number 9, which would be, and it's gonna surprise a few people, maybe, but it's gonna be The Big Shit, also known as The Big Short. Yeah, okay. Not okay. When I first saw it, I thought this was still a big shit, big pile of fucking shit. However, I didn't have it on the list. I had it as an honorable mention or dishonorable mention. The thing that really pissed me the fuck off is how much fucking recognition it got at the Oscars and at these award shows. That's what pissed me off. It had some decent acting, but that's all it had going for it. Some decent acting. The writing was whatever. The rest of this movie was complete shit. And the fact that it's gotten so much recognition to fucking Best Picture and Best Director. Fuck! No. This movie straight up gave me a headache. Watching because its camera work is like this. It's moving the camera. It's trying to do some shit like The Office or Parks and Rec or some bullshit like that, and it just doesn't work. And it's made by the same guy apparently who made the Anchorman movies. Stick to comedy. Stick to fucking comedy. Holy shit! Don't ever try to pull off some bullshit like this again. He probably will because he's been so celebrated at these award shows. nominated for Best Picture and Best Director and shit, so it would probably still continue doing crap like this, but holy shit. If, if this movie hadn't been recognized as much as it would, I would have left that as a dishonorable mention, but holy shit. On to number 8. At number 8, we have Entourage. Talk about being annoying. Shit. Okay, so in my dishonorable mentions, I had We Are Your Friends. And in my review for We Are Your Friends, I compared it to Entourage. And, yeah, because all the characters are annoying, they're unlikable, and it's just bullshit. The only thing that We Are Your Friends had going for it was Zac Efron, okay? That's the only reason I slightly liked it. Entourage had nothing to do with it, and it was just shit. And you could argue it's just because I never watched the TV show, so that's why I don't like it. You could argue that, and possibly it's a viable excuse. Maybe since I didn't watch the TV show, I don't connect to the characters, hence I don't like the Entourage crew that much. But I just found it to be such a bunch of fucking unlikable bastards. I don't know how you can't relate to them. You can't fucking relate to any of them. And then you have... I feel like you need to watch the TV show in order to watch the movie. And that's how I feel. And that's just... No, that's bad. That's bad. I didn't care for any of them. The producer, the main producer, or whatever, the character, he was entertaining at most, but who gives a shit? This is one of those movies where it's split. Some people like it, some people hate it. I can understand, and I can understand why I myself didn't like it, because I didn't watch the TV show. And after watching the movie, I don't care to watch the TV show, because if the characters are as annoying in the TV show as they were in the movie, yeah, no thank you. Now on to number 7, which would have to be number 7 is Vacation. Talk about annoying characters. We have a few on this list. Oh my gosh, Ed Helms. What? I've never seen any of the Vacation movies prior to this. I don't want to see any of them because of this, okay? Holy shit, Vacation. What the fuck? Shit. It's not comedic, it's disturbing, to be honest. It's not like disturbing, it's like disturbing, like, why did they make this? How did they even make this? Why is this even being made? Is this even a type of series that should be rebooted or remade or anything? It's just the feeling I had while watching this. And it's that kind of disturbing. Yeah, there's no sense of... The funniest thing was this joke about a rim job. And aside from like 2 scenes with this rim job joke, there's really nothing about it. All the comedy was like shock. It had to do with shock value, or it had to be incredibly gross or disturbing to be like, oh, that's funny, oh, that's fucking disgusting, that's fucking funny. No, fuck. No, it was just disgusting, disturbing. It was just fucking terrible. And many people say that Christina Applegate, or whatever, the mom in the film, was the best thing in this movie. Probably true, but to be honest, I can't fucking remember the movie at all, so maybe that's a good thing. It's fucking forgettable. Now on to number 6, which ironically is The Ridiculous Six. Yeah, why the fuck did I decide to search this movie up? Oh yeah, Adam Sandler. Yeah. For me, Adam Sandler is hit or miss. I actually didn't hate Pixels. That's why it's not on this list at all. You're not going to find Pixels on the top 10 worst movies of 2015, because I actually didn't hate Pixels. Okay, there's a few movies I like by him, and there's a few movies I just do not like, can't stand, and that are made by Adam Sandler. And this is one of them. Ridiculous Six. Yeah, okay, I don't have Netflix, so I literally just searched this up online, hoping it's free online, and lucky me, it is. Yeah, why the fuck did I decide to search this up? I don't know, because I'm stupid. And apparently this isn't the last movie with Netflix and Adam Sandler. They apparently made a deal to have like 4 or 5 movies between each other. So I mean, this movie was just dumb. It was boring. It was, yeah, there's like no comedy. There's no, I mean, there's some chemistry between the cast, but that's really the best thing I could say. It's just like you could tell everybody's just bullshitting this performance. Yeah, ridiculous. I will say though, the action scene at the end, that was actually pretty decent. I will say that. If for nothing else, like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie is somewhat entertaining because it's actually a pretty decent action scene. But aside from that, this movie is just okay. Now, onto the top 5. Here's where I'm gonna fucking rant like a bitch. 5. Hot Pursuit. Nope. Hot shit. How's about that? What the fuck? I saw Reese Witherspoon's last year. Yeah, last year in Wild, and I fucking loved Wild. I like Modern Family. Sofia Vergara's actually pretty decent in Modern Family. What the fuck happened? They have no chemistry, and the best compliment, I guess, to this movie that everybody's saying is that at least they're good to look at least they're hot. Yeah, I guess. But even after that, Reese Witherspoon looks fucking hideous in this movie. And she looked pretty good in Wild, and she looks fucking hideous in this movie. So you're really only looking at Sofia Vergara, and she's okay. I don't know. She's okay for me. Yeah, this was a painfully unfunny movie. Holy shit, I was bored shitless out of my mind. And they try to get you to care for the characters. You know, with what's her face, Reese Witherspoon, trying to make her best Jeff Bridges impersonation, you know, with a southern accent, trying to talk like this, you know, everything like talk like this. And then Sofia Vergara, all she does is wah, wah. How annoying is that shit? How fucking annoying is that shit? And then she wants revenge on this drug dealer. Like, the plot makes no fucking sense, okay? And apparently this is also a remake of another movie, also called Hot Pursuit, or some shit like that, I forgot, but it's supposed to be a remake, if I'm not mistaken. I said it in my review, it's intended to be a remake, which was like something nobody talks about, because they don't know, but I'm one of those people who goes to IMDb, and looks at the trivia, which I'm actually doing right now to see what this is supposed to be a remake of, and I just look at the trivia for any movie, whether it be good or bad, and yeah, it's supposed to be a remake of a movie called Hot Pursuit from 1987. Let's see. I'm gonna search up. Yeah, 1987 with John Cusack and what's his face? John Cusack and Robert Loggia and Jerry Stiller. Somehow this is a remake. I've never seen that movie, and apparently that movie got mediocre reviews too. So why the fuck are you taking inspiration from a mediocre movie to begin with? Fuck me. Now on to number 4. Number 4 would have to go to Seventh Son. I think this is one of the first 2016 movies I saw. I'm not gonna lie. It has Jeff Bridges and Julianne Moore. The best thing I could say about this movie is that it looked like Julianne Moore and Jeff Bridges were having fun doing it, okay? But, what the fuck? The special effects are fucking terrible, that's the first thing. It's supposed to be this fantasy, and the lore pissed me off. It's supposed to be based on, like, Japanese or Chinese lore or some shit like that, Asian, Oriental lore, or whatever. And the way they worded it, it just pissed me off, because they said the 7th son of the 7th son, or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? They never really explained it, so I'm thinking, okay, if it's the 7th son of the 7th son, wouldn't that be really, like, the 14th son of some guy? Or 14th grandson of some guy or some shit like that. I mean, that's how they explain it. It's, oh, the seventh son is the 7th son of the 7th son or some shit like that. That's literally how they explain it. And I'm like, the fuck does that even mean? I'm thinking it's the 14th son of, like, fucking Adam from Adam and Eve. Okay? I mean, they don't bother to explain the lore at all. It's just fucking stupid. The special effects are fucking hideous. And this whole movie was just fucking terrible. Like, Julianne Moore, she does shit that, like, what the fuck? Jeff Bridges, shit, Fuck. Yeah, I think this is one of the first movies I saw from 2015. Like, within the first 10 movies I saw from 2015. It was just bad. Stay away. To number 3. Number 3 is Lost River. Ryan Gosling's directorial debut. What? You're a great actor, Ryan Gosling. You're a great actor. Stick to acting. What the? Okay, I feel like he was trying to get inspiration from some of the other directors he's worked with. Most notably, Nicholas Winding Refn, who he worked with in Drive and Only God Forgives. And I feel like he, from an artistic standpoint, he was trying to honor him in a sense. And I felt like this was a more artistic over substance, if you know what I mean. There's like no substance to the movie. I watched the movie. I had no idea what the fuck it was about. I think in my review for the movie I said, on the IMDb, this is what the movie is supposedly about. But I have no idea what the fuck it was actually about, because fuck me. I think I said something like that along those lines in the review. I don't know. Link down below. So, I mean, I had no idea what the fuck would happen in this movie. And then I read the IMDb description. I'm like, that's what it was about? Really? I don't get that. I just it's set in like in Detroit, and I don't know. I guess there's a underground circus or some shit like that, and then there's a storm or something. I don't fucking know. I felt like it was artistic value over substance. The acting was non-existent when you go with that, and the writing was pretty bad. The acting and writing were pretty bad. Nobody was trying. It looked from an artistic standpoint, it looked okay. From a general movie standpoint, overall movie standpoint, this movie was shit to the brain. So, yeah. Now, before I begin and go on to the next 2 movies, very fast. The next 2 movies are documentaries. These 2 movies pissed me off to no end. And they are the first 2, both of these are the first 2 movie reviews in which I have literally did a straight up rant. I literally had to invent a new playlist called Rant Movie Reviews because of these 2 movies. And they both personally insulted me. And I know they didn't mean to personally insult it, but I just felt so personally insulted. So when I had to decide which one got number 1 and which one got number 2, I'm not gonna lie, it was really fucking hard deciding to ask which one was number 1 and which one was number 2, because they both personally insulted me to no fucking end. And this is the order in which I decided. So as for number 2, we are gonna have That Kid Begins. Fuck! Now, you guys are probably wondering, why was I so personally insulted by this movie? Well, quick background on this piece of fucking cinematic shit. Okay, it's about this. It's a documentary. It's about this boy who gets leukemia, and the city of San Francisco or San Diego or Hollywood or some shit like some city in California, decides to turn the city into Gotham City, and he decides to be Bat-Kid or some shit like that. And the whole city of San Francisco or San Diego, fuck it, go along with this. Everybody's going along with this. This got so much media traction, and yeah, and why the fuck am I so insulted by this? Okay, first off, the kid has leukemia. They're treating this as if leukemia is the most deadly fucking disease on the planet, and they're also making it seem as if he's the only fucking person in leukemia, okay? That's what fucking pissed me off. Okay, there's only 2 things in this movie I fucking liked. I liked the first 5 minutes of the movie, give or take, where they're explaining this kid, this kid has leukemia and whatever. I like that part, and I thought, okay, as long as they go somewhere, as long as they explore more of the leukemia shit rather than the day, I think that would have been great. But no, they spend like 5 seconds on the leukemia shit, and then they go on, oh yeah, back it begins, make a dream foundation, fuck you. No, fuck that. And then the only other thing I liked which I feel had to be there regardless of how this movie went, is of the kid training to be like he's like in a gym. He's training to be Backhead like the day before. I feel like that's a scene that had to be there regardless, okay? But you don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about this kid for two shits, okay? Not only did he have leukemia, he had like he had a whole city by this bullshit. And I'm not saying he didn't have leukemia. He did have leukemia. I'm not gonna say that. And I feel bad for him that he had leukemia. You know, that sucks. But it's just the hype around this fucking kid, and they're making it seem as if he's the only little bitch to ever have leukemia. And I know he's like 5 years old, but I don't give a shit. And then the fucking worst thing, the most insulting thing for me is that everybody fucking supported him. Like 99% of people who read about this fucking supported this. And furthermore, who the fuck was it? Not Julianne Moore. Julia Roberts, I believe. Yeah, Julia Roberts now wants to make a fucking biopic on this little shithead. Holy shit. And the thing that pissed me off is this. I have medical problems myself, and you're fucking making him seem as if he's the only little kid to have ever had medical problems. This little bitch is cured. I'm never gonna be cured of my condition, okay? I'm never gonna be cured of my condition, okay? I have heart, okay? I'm never gonna be cured. So fuck that. Fuck this kid. I don't hate the kid. I hate the hype behind the kid, and that's what pissed me off, okay? That's what fucking pissed me off, okay? But there's one more movie that pissed me even more off, which is fucking surprising, okay? So, yeah, okay, if you thought this rant on this kid was terrible, go watch the movie review. There's a fucking rant, okay? Now onto the worst fucking movie of this year, which is also gonna be a really funny rant, and it's gonna be fun. 4 blood moons. There's one reason I slightly hate this movie more than Backhead Begins. It's because I literally dragged someone else to watch this with me, and they're not gonna forgive me anytime soon. That's the only reason I slightly hate this one more than Backhead Begins, okay? Yeah, my stepbrother's not gonna forgive me anytime soon for making him watch this shit. Okay, this movie is by John Hagee, okay? It's some Judeo-Christian propaganda piece of fucking bullshit that denies science to no end, okay? Now, I'm not saying I'm a man of religion, but I'm also not saying I'm a man of science, okay? I believe in both. I believe that they, in a sense, science and religion go hand in hand, okay? Now, I'm not religious myself, but I do feel like there is some aspects of religion that go into science and vice versa. But you have this guy, John Hagee, right, Father John Hagee or some shit like that, who is just so adamant about denying science that it just gets so fucking annoying. He's like you try to prove, you try to get, like, I know evolution is still a kind of a nuanced concept, but there is some proof backing it up. But he's like, no, there's no such thing as evolution. This happens because God is great. And, like, it's okay if you're religious, but don't fucking force your religion on other people. And then they had the fucking balls to do an intermission in this movie. Okay, like Hateful Eight, they did an intermission, but that was an okay movie. That was a pretty good movie. Fucking this shit doesn't deserve an intermission. Okay, that's what pissed me off. That pissed me off. Okay, okay, that pissed me off too. And then during the second half of this movie, it's like a Q&A type of situation where you have these 2 or 3 people interviewing John Hagee and this scientist who's also religious, and this other guy or whatever, some shit like that. And the scientist who's religious, I'm thinking I could connect to you because you're both, you're a man of religion and a man of science. I could connect to you. And no, John Hagee's like, you're wrong because science is bullshit. You're wrong because science is bullshit. You're wrong because science is bullshit. I'm like, that's fuck. And he has an annoying voice. Holy shit. Yeah. Backhead Begins might have pissed me off more, but this one gave me a bigger headache, okay? And I had to drag someone else to watch this, and yeah, he hasn't forgiven me for that yet. Holy shit. Like, I mean, you're forcing your religion upon people. That's the first thing, okay? Then you're making a propaganda film, and then you're coming up with these bullshit statistics, okay? I mean, shit, like, he says, like, in World War II, they had a story, about World War II and how there's bombs that didn't explode, from the airstrikes who didn't explode. He's like, that's because of God. He's like, he gives one example. Yeah, there's like these 20 Jews or some shit like that they're trying to escape Germany or whatever, and then the airstrikes didn't kill him. There's a bomb right in front of them, and the airstrikes didn't kill him. It didn't explode. That's God's miracle. Yay! That's the only incident that ever happened. No, holy shit. I'm almost actually fuck that. I know because I did research this right after I saw the movie. I know that there were several bombs that just dudded, that they didn't explode. They were duds, and apparently years after they're still exploding. Just theoretically, there are still people dying from World War II. That's the fucking hilarious part. Theoretically, there are still people dying from World War II because out in the fucking cornfields of Germany and France or some shit like that, the bombs are still like somewhere underground or buried or whatever, and now they're fucking exploding every time you're trying to take out corn or some shit like that. And he's saying, no, that shit's fake. Nah, I don't believe those facts. Blah 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 blah. Holy shit, what annoying. And then the one thing that I think pissed me off even more, okay, I was already pissed off with the intermission. I was already pissed off with the movie as a whole. I was already pissed off with the Judeo-Christian propaganda bullshit. I was already pissed off with this guy's voice. The one thing that pissed me off, I think, drove me over the edge, and gave me the biggest fucking headache I had last year, or one of, was the fact that this movie worked. It's a propaganda film, and it fucking worked. And what do I mean by work? How did it work, Daniel? How did it work? This movie theater was packed, okay? There's people sitting on the stairs, okay? And at the end of the film, everybody but me and my stepbrother, were clapping, were cheering for this movie. I heard people saying John Hagee is a hero, he's our savior, some shit like that. Me and my brother, because we're in the middle of the row, we tried to get out of there as fast as possible, and people were looking at us, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. And I wanted to scream so bad. This movie fucking sucked. Just right there. I'm pretty sure I would have gotten kicked out of the theater, so which is why I didn't do it. But holy shit. Oh, and by the way, John Hagee, he said that the world was supposed to end like in October or November, or September, October, or November, and we are in January 2016. So, yeah, your bullshit prophecy is, as I called it, bull fucking shit to the highest fucking degree. Case closed. Okay, so, yeah, those are the last two were fucking rants, okay? You could go with that. Okay, so just to go over the list one more time, the dishonorable mentions are The Lazarus Effect, The Gunman, We Are Your Friends, Black Hat, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, Unsullied, The Visit, Gem and the Holograms, Taken 3 or Take 3, and It Follows, Home and the Gallows. As for numbers 10 through 1, it is Fantastic Four, The Big Short, Entourage, Vacation, The Ridiculous Six, Hot Pursuit, Seventh Son, Lost River, Bat Kid Begins, and 4 Blood Moons. Now I'm done with all 2015 movie reviews, give or take. And yeah, comment down below on your thoughts on the worst movies of 2015. Did any of you have the misfortune of watching any of these movies? And yeah, it's basically it for now. Comment down below on your thoughts on these movies. What are your thoughts on them? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. Remember that the links to every single movie review is down in the description below for those who want to check it out. And yeah, that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.